When we were interviewing Chris, 1 block away was Kamala Harris getting food, and we missed it. We were right there. She wants to show us pictures.
She's showing us some pictures.
And I want to see them.
This was a place that offered me a sense of identity, a sense of community, and a sense of purpose. Martin Luther King Jr., Spike Lee, Samuel L. Jackson went here as well. There's a lot here. We just missed Kamala Harris.
Hi everybody, it's Malika.
And Zach.
And you're watching day 13 of Travels with Hyper.
We are in Atlanta, Georgia, and today we're going to be talking to one of Malika's old friends, Chris Ortega.
Chris Ortega.
And then getting some unbelievably good food at Busy Bees. Check it out.
So I really wanted to make sure we had a chance to talk to Chris Ortega. He's a filmmaker that I went to film school with at USC, University of Southern California, but he had just moved away from LA to Atlanta. And I was like, wait a second, we gotta learn about Atlanta from your eyes.
And we don't need to go into the specifics of everything that's happened in 2020. We hope that you are aware if you're watching this video, but it's important to us to talk to people along the way about how it affected them, how it affected their community. And I think Chris's story is really interesting because he basically rage quit Los Angeles to go back to Atlanta, where he felt like he could have a stronger voice and representation in this type of discussion.
So we headed over to Morehouse College to meet Chris Ortega. He's an alumnus from Morehouse College, and I had no idea how important that area of Atlanta is to Black history, Black education, and Black excellence. Because this was an awesome conversation between the two of us, instead of summarizing it for you guys, why don't you just watch it?
I was really touched by what you said on Facebook. I felt like you rage quit LA and you came to Atlanta. Is that a good summation of what you did?
I would just say that I feel like my time in LA was coming to an end, and I decided to go where I, have a new chapter in a place where I feel most supported by a city that I feel was a part of my upbringing. I came of age in Atlanta, Georgia. I came of age at Morehouse College. So for me, it was important to be among the community that inspires me.
Why don't we just kind of walk around the area and you tell me a little bit more about that experience? Does that sound good?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
What I'm inspired by is that filmmaking can be anywhere. Films are made everywhere, and you don't have to be central to Hollywood to be associated with filmmaking. The whole purpose of filmmaking was to take the high art that was with theater and make it more accessible to the masses. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to get up with our DSLRs or with our iPhones and make stuff happen. If you saw where I studied film, it was literally a basement here. It was 3 professors, but I got some of the best film education I've ever had in my life. Those 3 people were fundamental to my understanding of cinema, and especially the contributions of African Americans to cinema before I even got to USC. So I attribute a lot of my maturity and my understanding of the world to Morehouse College. This was a place that offered me a sense of identity, a sense of community, and a sense of purpose. It helped to contextualize some of my experiences as an African American in this country. That's another thing. The neighborhood, the community around the school is a working class community, and the place is becoming gentrified, and so the relationship with the students and the locals is one that has to, there needs to be a sense of unity in going forward to preserve this area. This is a historic neighborhood. This place, I did get a deepening in my understanding of the achievements of both African American and the African diaspora. It's such a diverse place, which is another thing that people don't understand about historically Black colleges, is that there's such a great level of diversity even among the African diaspora. I've had, there were students at the time here from Tanzania. There were students from the Virgin Islands, Caribbean. There were African Americans from all over, from Maryland, from California, from Atlanta, from New York, from everywhere. So it was a very rich experience, and there was a diversity in beliefs, all kinds of people that you would interact with and engage with on a very intimate level that ultimately made you sharper, made you more exposed, made you appreciate the diversity of life.
Like if you could go back to, you know, senior high school or Chris Ortega,
Sure.
like what kind of messages would you tell, you know, teen Ortega, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I would tell myself the same thing that one of the great men who I respect told me at that age, at 17. Go where the people are and listen. And so that's what I've been doing for the last decade, which is immersing myself in not Hollywood, but where authentic lives, where people I know who have lived, and listening to their experiences, their stories, and that has informed my own journey. So I would say that to the 17-year-old out there who is aspiring to do any field or anything, to immerse themselves with their peers and with people who are not like them, and just listen.
So after having an amazing discussion with Chris, we decided to go just down the street, just a block away, to Busy Bees. He said it's the best food you could get in the area when he was going to school there, and he was not wrong.
No, I'm
And
still
it is
thinking about the fried chicken smothered in gravy.
Lucas said this is the best food he had on the entire trip. Now, I got the fried catfish, like I said in the intro.
That was a fried catfish. Say that's a Kamala Harris.
I'm gonna get, yeah, this is what Kamala Harris got.
Kamala Harris was there just an hour or two before us while we were talking to Chris. She was right down the street. And the owner, when I ordered my fried catfish, was like, that's what Kamala got. Here, check out a picture. I was like, no way!
We just missed Kamala Harris.
She wants to show us pictures.
showing
of
us some pictures.
And I want to see them.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
And you can kind of see why Kamala Harris stopped there, because that's such an important part to
the
like Black
community,
history.
yeah.
There was a sense of community there. Everybody loved each other. It's a celebration of soul food. The food was amazing.
Yeah, and I'm so fortunate and glad, and I feel so lucky that we were able to get that, hop in the van, and head back to the RV park, because it was just
Oh,
so
we
good.
ate so well that night.
So well.
So well.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Shout out to Chris for taking the time to tell us about his epic journey from Atlanta to Los Angeles and back to Atlanta to get more in touch with his storytelling roots, and taking us out for some amazing food at Busy Bee. But if you want to see the entire day, you can click the link in the description below to head over to the Twitch VODs. We shot this whole thing live.
And if you like watching Travels with Hyper here on YouTube, make sure you hit that sub button, give us a thumbs up, let us know in the comments what you would order from Busy Bee, and make sure you turn on those notifications. Ding ding!
Thanks for watching another episode of Travels with Hyper. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
I am coming to you from Sonoya, Georgia.
Sonoya is where The Walking Dead lives and breathes. And basically we're doing a walking tour of all of your favorite locations.